Hey guys, it's Coco Tarot back again with another message. We're just going to get right into it and see what you guys need to know. I hope everyone is doing well. So, messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know right now? Thank you so much. One card for the collective, please. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. This here looks like a quilt. Quilts could be important. You could have a grandmother that makes quilts, or you can make quilts, but I'm hearing patchwork. Some of you guys could be experiencing fear. You could fear your own thoughts, or I don't know, denial and fear. That just seems pretty big in a way. You could be in denial about something big, or someone could be in denial. You could be fearful about an event coming up, or have anxiety about an interview, or having to meet with someone. Clarify denial for the collective. Denial. Clarify denial. One card, please. One card. Someone could be in denial about you. I don't know why I just heard that. It's almost like something not being addressed. Ask for heaven's help. You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. Yeah, this definitely feels with the fear here. You could be fearing something. So say you prayed for awakening or wisdom, prayed to see something in a new light, and being afraid of getting that download, or being afraid to receive that message. I keep hearing this is what you asked for. It's like asking God or the divine for something, and then you get it, and then being like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses. Some of you guys could be not seeing something clearly or a situation clearly right now, and there's this feeling of being mindful of how you're approaching situations or what you're saying right now. Something about what you're saying right now could be a reflection of your character forever. Just be careful of what you're saying right now, because with the denial and the fear and accept heaven's help, there could be something you're not quite seeing correctly, or someone around you isn't seeing correctly. Clarify denial and accept heaven's help for the collective. One card, please. One card. Thank you so much. Okay, we got perfect timing and trust. Yeah, this is almost praying for an outcome or a resolution to a problem, and it not coming quick enough, or it not coming in a way that you like, and then trying to put matters in your own hands, and the divine being like, hold on, we were working on this. We were working on what you prayed for. Get out of the way so we can help. Maybe using reality to solve something spiritually. There's something about trusting the process, trusting what's going on right now, even if it seems out of sorts or wacky or completely not what you expected. There's something about this that could not be true or not be what it seems. I'm almost seeing like there's a lot of noise, a lot of white noise or noise going on, and you not being able to decipher the message or hear exactly what's going on through all this white noise, but knowing that this is a part of what you asked for. What's happening right now, whatever you're in denial about, either realizing the situation or having an epiphany, or this is part of what you asked for, so trust it. This could have been asking for a truth about a situation, asking for clarity about someone or something, getting that clarity, but not really liking what the clarity was, or not seeing it for what it really is. I'm hearing mirages. There could be mirages going on, or just don't believe the hype. What's happening in reality doesn't seem like it, but it's what needs to happen spiritually. Let's get into the tarot and see for sure what else you guys need to know about this situation, because I'm feeling chaos. For some of you, there is someone in denial about you, and I don't really know what that means, but fit it where it may. We got the Six of Pentacles. there's balancing that needs to go on. And it's funny because the last few readings with the green, and there's been these like green little halos everywhere, possibly working on your heart chakra. There's this balancing that's happening right now, and it's almost happening in a way that's hard to believe or hard to experience. Some of you guys could be going through something that just seems wacky, or what the heck is going on, and not being sure how to balance that out. Using your 3D eyes instead of your 5D eyes, and not seeing the situation objectively. Maybe you're dealing with someone close, a family member, a friend, a lover, someone that's very close to you, and it can be hard to see why they're acting a certain way or why things are going a certain way with them. But this is a part of some kind of process. This is a part of what you asked for. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles. Clarify. Let's get one more. And the Nine of Pentacles. This could have to do with family. Even though there's a lot of pentacles here, obviously it has to do with money, but sometimes I think of the Nine of Pentacles as someone who has a family unit, or people that rely on them, or people that they associate with. You could be dealing with a family situation where you're not seeing eye to eye about something, and there's denial, there's confusion. And what's crazy is I feel like it's on your part, collective. It feels like you being in denial about something about yourself. And maybe someone else is pointing that out, and it's just making you feel upset and confused. But this is a part of something. So say you prayed for God to show you your strengths, and then you had a fight with a family member and they brought up all your weaknesses. It's kind of like you being like, what the heck? There's something happening with your objectivity or your perspective of things are being revealed in a very confusing matter for you. That's how this feels. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups? Yeah. I keep getting this feeling of something with information. There's some kind of information you're receiving, collective, that you think is one way, but it's actually another way, or in denial about it. I don't know. You could feel off. Your energy could feel off lately, or your intuition, like you're not picking up on things like you used to, or that there's a blockage. And you could be blaming someone in the 3D, someone in reality, or blaming a situation, or trying to put that off on something in reality, but not knowing that this is something internal that's going on within you, something you're being shown. We have this on the Six of Pentacles. She's meditating. This person's meditating on here too. It's, I'm hearing over meditation, or this is almost like say you're someone who's psychic. And I don't want this to be like me coming down on you, because I'm not judging you through the situation. I'm genuinely trying to, figure this out. But this could be, say you believe that you're psychic, and because of this, maybe you feel like you can read people very easily, and you know what people are thinking, or you know what moves they're going to make. And maybe because of that, when you get in arguments with people, they find it a little bit snobbish, or just you not being able to see them eye to eye, because you already are like, I have the intuition on you. There's nothing you could show me that I don't already know. And this could be the divine God showing you, like, there's a lot of things you don't know. But it's all for perfect timing. It's all a part of that trust. It's all a part of that path. Don't be in denial of even the messages you don't really want, if that makes sense. This is almost the idea, like, when you learn how to do tarot, they tell you not to clarify too much, or not to do tarot when you're overly emotional, to step away, especially if you're doing something personal within yourself. If you're doing just a reading with yourself in the morning, not to do it when you're emotional, because you will deny the message. Or let's say you're in love with someone and you're in the tarot spine and you're trying to ask these specific questions. If it's not going to be what you want intuitively or how you feel, you might deny it. So it's almost like you having to realize that you don't know everything. And that sounds so rude, I guess, but I don't mean it in a rude way. I just mean that regardless if you're psychic, regardless if you can see things, you get messages, there's always going to be messages or things that you don't see. And to just be aware of your blessings. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles upright. There, you are a very affluent or blessed person. And you could be blocking yourself by not giving yourself a chance to see things objectively or from other people's point of view because of how you feel, or even because of what your intuition is telling you. You know, our intuition, it's always right, usually. That's, you know, I'm not saying your intuition is wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes our intuition can make us see only one part of the picture and not the whole thing. And sometimes that's for a reason. Let's get some more. Clarify this? Yeah, the High Priestess. We're just talking about intuition, yeah. That flipped right over. It didn't flip out, though. Because it's... There's just some things that have to be displayed in certain ways. I really want this to come across right, because there's a lot of messages here, and whoever you are, you do have a strong intuition. You are right about a lot of things, but there are some things that the divine or God, whoever you believe in, they just want you to shh about, or just try to see things objectively. Almost as if just because you get the download doesn't mean you have to act on it or say anything about it. Yeah. Play for the Eight of Swords. This, more balance. It's, you really have to learn how to balance out how you display your intuition, or how you can't just receive just the positive messages. That's really what this is about. I didn't expect this to be such a tough love reading, but maybe you guys really need to hear this, that regardless of how strong your intuition is or how strong your spiritual gifts are, there are some things that God, the divine, whoever you believe in, they're going to keep from you on purpose. And if they're sending you a message and you're denying that message, and you're in denial and you're like, no, that can't be, because, you know what I mean, I have this intuition, I know how I feel, how can this be? Just know that you're getting that message for a reason, and not to deny that knowledge, because it's still knowledge. Even if you don't accept it, even if you don't agree with it, even if it may conflict with, you know, your view or how you saw a situation, it's still knowledge. So this is almost like, you know, people who, for example, like if people who are Christians and they pick and choose the parts of the Bible that they like to use to fit their argument. Not coming against Christians, that's not what that is for. That's just an example. But it's kind of like that, like you picking and choosing the messages you like because they fit that agenda that you have about yourself, and not picking up those ones that you need. And maybe God is sending you those messages in the form of arguments with family members, arguments with friends, people that you're having quarrels with, because that's the only way you can get that message. And it could be offensive. You could be like, why are these people coming at me? Why are these people saying these things? Why are they pointing out my weaknesses? And maybe there is a message in there. Maybe it's not just, I need to go in, I need to figure out who to cut off, I need to figure out blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe there is truth to some of it. I've never really had a reading like this where it's kind of like, maybe you're wrong, you know, collective, and that happens. We're not always right. We're not always right. Yeah, this could definitely be someone you're dealing with in family, someone you've known a while, a lover. And it's okay to have more to work on. And maybe someone pointed this out who is vibrationally, you feel beneath you, or they haven't done as much work on themselves as you, and that could be really offensive because you're like, you're telling me this, but that could be part of what you asked for. If you prayed for wisdom, if you prayed to get messages, don't be in denial of the ones that you don't necessarily agree with or are willing to accept, because that's part of the process. And it's also part of you learning how to love yourself even more, or how to approach situations with love. Maybe it's even a test to see how much you've learned, how to treat situations with love, instead of going in your head and replaying and making enemies out of people, or situations beneath you, like you being like, well, I don't need this, I'm healed, blah 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 blah. You could possibly being tested right now, and not necessarily a test of faith, but a test of love. Like, can you approach all situations with love, even the ones you don't necessarily agree with? But besides all this energy, there's a lot going on with you, and we have the Magician and the High Priestess. And I would just be mindful of how, you know, if you are someone who feels like you're at a high vibration and you feel very powerful, imagine how powerful your negative thoughts toward a person or toward a situation can be. If you're this being with this high connection, you have to be very careful about how you use your energy, because sometimes you can use it like a sword. So really just be mindful of how you approach situations. And it might be hard to bite your tongue. It might be hard to approach anything with love, or anyone, especially if they're saying things that you don't necessarily agree with or that offend you. But there's something about being stoic with the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician and the High Priestess. It's like, don't forget to approach it with love. Approach these situations with love. Can we get some more? Okay. We got the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. You could be very fiery. This could be why it could be argumentative, or you defend yourself. But with this leadership role, there's definitely this aura of things are changing in your life. Especially with this Ace of Pentacles, you're having some kind of advancement physically, because we are getting a lot of Pentacles here. Maybe you're getting better jobs, or you're moving up in a tax bracket, moving up in life in general. A lot of chaos, a lot of movement, a lot of cycles closing and opening and that sort of thing. And there's just this mindfulness to not be in your ego so much, because the King of Wands, he's a leader, and it's none of this is, you know, these aren't in reverse, so it's not like you're in that energy just yet, but just to be mindful of it. Something with bitterness. But sometimes the King of Wands, I can also think of someone who has a big ego, or could be a little bit, you know, I'm the best, I'm this, you know, just very, and I'm not saying you're like that, but just be mindful of how you come across to people, because they could feel that's how you are. And we have the Strength at the bottom of the deck as well. But let's just get one more for the collective before we get into advice. Yeah, the Chariot in reverse. Don't stop your own chariot by denying exactly what you asked for. Denying yourself of those messages, those downloads. Let's get some advice. Let's see what kind of advice you guys can get, because there is a lot going on. Just don't believe everything that you see right now. You know, and sometimes it resonates even when we don't want it to, you know. So if people are saying things and it's hitting home, just take it as a lesson and try to see why God is showing this to you right now. Let's get some advice for the collective, please. Advice. You got the Hermit. Find or be a mentor. Take a break from society. A commitment to your spiritual growth. Yeah, there's some of you guys might need to talk to someone or blow off some steam. Just don't get too much into your ego, into your anger, and say things you don't mean. We got the Queen of Spring. Brilliant, loyal, talented, friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. So when that card came out, don't bring your personal business into your work life. There's this call for that too. And with the Hermit here, just make sure you're assessing how you feel before you go off and blabbermouth about it. Advice for the collective. One more. Okay, we got the Ten of Winter. The resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. Yeah, there's some kind of ending happening right now. A lot of strife. Just be aware of how you're coming across and what you're saying, because you can't take that back. And that is your reading for today, guys, and I'll be back soon with another message. Toodaloo.